Well, good afternoon. I feel like I'm sitting right on top of. I'm going to back up.
Come closer. I can whisper.
Well, I have a new camera, and it's much better than what it used to be. So I'm really happy about that. But anyway, I'm happy to be back with you, Deb. It seems like it's been longer than 2 weeks this time, even though I know it feels like it. But some days are just longer than others, and so I'm happy that you're here. And
I'm happy to be here. I want to do a shout out real quick to my friend in Reno, Tara. She does not seen my YouTube channel or your YouTube. Haven't seen all of that. So she said she was going to work lurk. So hello, Tara.
Awesome.
Work lurking.
My God. And she lives in Reno. I lived in Reno. I love Reno. Reno's wonderful. I used to teach at UNR.
But it snows.
Yeah, I know. It's my second favorite place to live, honestly. It was. Yeah. Here.
What's your first? Oh, here? Seattle?
In Seattle, yeah. 17 years here. So,
well, then you're native.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So, hello. I want to say hi to folks. So, you said hello to her. I'm glad you did. We have Christine and Hypnicity and Dreamweaver's Joy. Oh, I love that name. That's a great name. It is a great name. Yeah.
Nikki.
Let's see. We have. Can I have cards today? Okay, sure. I don't see why not. Yeah. Karen Doyle. Hi, sweetheart. Karen Doyle's in love. We're not seeing much of her lately.
Oh, is that why? I was.
It might be. And if it is,
trying out guys.
Yes. So anyway, we love you, Karen.
Yeah.
Jackie P is here. Anya's here. Lois is here. Linda. Red Dragon, who is also known as Kim B, is here. Charlie, Polly, and you've been edgy today, Hypnicity? I can understand. Yeah. Hi, Diana, oil painter. We have Charlie and Artist Liz. Wonderful to see you, Artist Liz, as well. And Jen B. You were a roulette dealer in Reno in 1978, Linda Bishop. Well, good for you, girl. I was there in 2000. That's when I was there. Yeah. And only for a year, unfortunately.
But they used to have, from Seattle, they used to have free airline rides to Reno. You had to show them $300 and then go play. And then they fly you down, fly you back.
Oh, no, questions aren't closed, Red Dragon. You can put them in. Yep. we're going to start out a little bit today talking about, you had storms and power outages last night. Linda, you know what? I heard that I was on the phone with a student yesterday who lived in San Antonio, said that a tornado was coming and they don't usually have them there. So, hello.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. All right, Hypnicity. Hi, Judy. Judy in the skies is here. It's good to see you. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Yeah. If you want to put in your questions, go ahead. I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but we'll work it out. My banner says questions are closed. No wonder why.
Oh, I love it when you.
Thank you, Jen.
Between all of us, we're a real one person.
I know. I came on and I was like, my head's in a research paper that are so lousy that they're all rough drafts though. So, but you know what? What really is upsetting. Hi, Queen Victor. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I'll put you on the list. I was reading these research papers, and oh my God, after a while, your head turns to jello.
Yeah. Well, all you have to do is write on the top of each one, good start. Because it's a terrible thing to get as a student.
Yeah, but they want specificity. And so it takes me a while.
Well, as soon as you give me something I can research,
I'm going to turn over all my grading to you, and I'll even pay you to do it.
Please. I'd love that.
Oh, wow. Hi, Divine Universe. Oh, so you were in Sparks, Linda. Well, I lived in Sparks for a while because we had an RV and we were living in the RV. And there was a really nice place down on the water. Sparks. Yeah, I love it there. Yeah, that's awesome. Hi, Paulie. I got you. And you're welcome. Jackie B, I've got you. Red Dragon, I got you. Hi, Paul. Oh, Paul, I'm so excited for you.
What's
Wait,
going on?
he found somebody he'd been looking for, and they're going to meet
Oh,
up. Yeah, isn't that great? Yeah,
nice. Oh,
I know.
nice.
Yeah. Okay, Divine Universe numerology for you, if that feels correct this evening. Okay, that's fine. Just put in your birthday for me. Yeah.
Full birthday.
Full birthday. Yep. And hi, Stephanie. All right. So I think I said hello to everybody. And if I didn't, and hi, Lulu.
Hi, Lulu.
We're glad you're here. And thank you, Jen Bowles, for your recognition of how silly my readings are closed.
Yeah.
She said she got my back, and she does. All right. So let's see. You have to listen while you're driving, Judy. That's okay. Just as long as you don't text us, we want you to be safe. All right. Oh, hi. And hi, Judy. They are narcissists as well. On Thursday, it's your birthday on the 29th. We need the year, honey. So 5/29. Unfortunately, we need the year. Yeah, please. Yep. All right. So before we get started today, 1984. Okay. So would you write that down? I'll write it down. 5/29, 1984 is of Divine Universe. Okay. I'm going to bookmark it. So no hiding out. It's all right. It's all right. No judgment, honestly.
That's right.
I have a wonderful son that was born in that very year. So yeah. Hi, Anita. Nice to see you. All right. So I want Deb to talk about her. You do
soul
it.
Awareness.
Soul awareness. Things she does. Yeah.
That's so sweet of you to bring me in like that. There's a lot of people who want to know what their planet of origin is, because we innately know that this is not the first time we've been on Earth. In fact, it's not the first time we've been on any of the planets. There's so many. There's 3 that I look into in your soul records. The planets inside this universe, our place, this galaxy, is the Earth, Maldak, and Mars. Maldak is no longer there. Just Mars and Earth, but I've never had a Maldakian, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Come in. I understand they're quite angry because I think it was Mars that blew the face off Maldak. I don't know.
Okay.
But I do have Earthers in my practice. And then outside of that is a whole host of planets. And I'm having a believe it or not, rash of Arcturians coming in. It feels like. I don't know who you are until I get into your records, but that's your planet of origin. Doesn't mean that it's the only planet, but it's the one that you resonated to the moment you sparked from God. So that was and then on the soul profiles, I look at whether you're a monosoul or a walk-in soul, which is a one-time soul shifting situation. And then after that, one is not better than the other. Instead, a walk-in soul can be complicated, can be very complicated. So don't long to be a walk-in. What I'm saying.
Kind of a hard list.
It's very difficult. But then I do your divine gifts, because there's sections throughout your body. It goes alongside the chakras, but they aren't the chakras. The chakras we want to align and have pulsating at the same resonance all the time for our body health. This is the divine gifts do not do that. 1, maybe 2 will be vibrating more than 50% of the time. And those are your divine gifts. And that could be a whole, there's a list of the gifts, but if you're not, and it's true, when you align to who you are at soul level, life gets so much easier. I'm not saying it's not without its challenges, but it's so much easier because you stay as the observer. And so that's what the soul profile is. The soul awareness. Thank you for letting me shout out on this. The soul awareness session is quite a bit longer and deeper. And that is it includes the soul profile, but then we get into the blocks and restrictions that what you're carrying over from past life or have created already in this life as a block and restriction. It's identified and cleared. So that's, I appreciate you letting me.
Oh, absolutely. Deborah did one for me and for Keith last year, and it was fabulous. And, you know, I just was telling her that she had told me that I was an earther. I was born here first, like she was, and that I had lived on Mintaka, like she did. It's no wonder we met each other, Deborah. But I did not realize that Mintakans were like a water. Well, I did. You probably told me, but I forgot.
No, that's all right.
All I can think of is that, oh my God, I have this innate fear of fish. I've had it my whole freaking life. And here I probably was one.
Yes, because they're fine with water as long as it's clear. If it's not clear, not going to do it.
Not going to do it because you don't know what's lurking beneath.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you come by it naturally because.
Yeah. But, you know, I remember that if I couldn't see them, I was fine in this life. You know, somebody would say, ooh, and, you know, oh, look, there's a fish. And I just about flipped my lid, you know, because I didn't want to be in there with them. Yeah. Even though that's their habitat, not mine. But it makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, it really does.
It does. So the hybrids, hypnicity says within the mantis family, you know, I got to tell you, I don't go into the mantis family, but there is I don't count them as a soul group. They're more of a parallel, I believe. And so what I study as far as that go, the parallels are the blueprinters and mission realmers and parallels. And I think the mantis is there. But if you're an Arcturian, a Palladian, and something else, oh my God, Osirian, then I look for ET DNA. Then I go another step.
I mean, really, it's so fascinating things you can find out. And you know, all you need to do is reach out and ask her about, you know, what you need to do or whatever. But yeah.
And I do have an ebook explaining all of this, and it's free. And the best way to do it is as soon as you get on my website, it's a 5-second pop-up. Go the pop-up. If you go through the menu, then you have to give your address and phone number, all that stuff. But if you just click on the pop-up, then you get to download the book and there's no hassle.
That's awesome. Now, see, everybody, and I mean, I've talked about it on our Galactic show. And you know, there's different ways you can find these things out, but I really have to say that when you did it for me, it was just amazing. No, it really was.
Thank
it was
you
like
so much.
It really was.
It's an amazing technique. It really is. It's remarkable. Thank you.
And, Kim says Deb did hers too, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Kim.
Yep. So isn't it great? Anyway, no, I'm glad that you were able to explain some of this because I think it's cool. Yeah, it's very cool. All right. So why don't we go first to Divine Universe's question about numerology?
Oh, okay. How many here have been studying numerology?
Yeah, be nice to know that.
I'm just.
How many
What?
numerology?
What's going on?
Yeah, be nice to know that.
Something's going on here.
Whoa.
What's going on?
Yeah, be nice to know that.
Something's going on here. I was not even queued up. I was not queued up, and my phone was locked. Spooky. My friends
This is
are around.
happening more and more. Did I tell you, Play Love Remember, who is one of my subscribers, and maybe she's on yours now too, but she was watching something on YouTube, and the next thing you know, she was into my show. She hadn't done anything. She was, and
I know, it gives me chills.
I know, it's like, you know, you're
This is what happens.
Yeah.
It's a new earth, a new thing, everything's shifting, and you think you're the only one shifting? There's a lot going on shifting. But I did dust off my, people are asking me for my numerology book, and I did dust one off. I had started last year.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't realize I had 40,000 words already written.
Oh, for heaven's sake,
But
girl.
I know, but when I read it, it was so boring, Aley. Oh my God.
Just gotta
It was
jazz it up a
so,
little bit. That's all.
so I'm going line edit with all these. I'm writing it as I smile. So I guess some humor in that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Charlie says that what happened was the ship was over your head, and that was creating the doing the
I know, my
download.
friends, leave me alone. Stop it. I'm in a show. Oh my gosh. So we have, I forgot her name, Divine, that we're doing. Is it Divine?
Yeah, Divine Universe. Yeah.
Divine Universe. You are 3811, which is a master number. And the 3, the 3 and the 8, the 2 numbers prior to the 11 tells you what your life lessons are.
Oh.
Now 2911 is way different. It's the same. You can still raise yourself move into your full potential as the 11 master number. But the 2911s have more trouble with their emotions. 3811s have this incredible little lucky charm inside of their numbers that allow them to succeed. Or have more options to succeed. It's up to you to decide to succeed, right? And you are in a 7 personal year, meaning that you've got a main line to whatever you focus on. So if you focus on spiritual things, it's like a lot will be revealed to you, but you need to remember this with a 7. You define yourself with your goal, with your ethics and morals. You define them to a point where you can understand them. And then next, you have to be able to explain them clearly for you to benefit next year with your 8 personal years. So that's just saying these are the tricky years, but it's good years. Yep.
Wow. That's cool. So I just decided to pull a couple of cards for you, Divine, because I don't do the Deb's the numerology queen. Anyway, you got this beautiful card, Wolf Spirit. Look at that. I love the new cards I got. Wildness, freedom, and belonging. I love that. There you go. That's what I'm going. And look what comes next. Momentum, because you're going to go up in a look at the time and look at all the gear working for you. And I think this is ascension. It is ascension because you would ascend up into the sky. Yeah. So, wow. That's cool.
Impressive.
Very cool. All right. So, yeah. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
I love this. Holy shitness chills.
I got the goosies. Somehow one of my friends would say is, I've got the goosies.
Oh, God. Linda had said, I remember I died on the Titanic and born this life, in April 1951 with asthma, a cosmic joke. Wow, Linda. It's very different. Yeah.
Okay, 51. So you're, that's interesting. Because you're an 8. I'm surprised that you would have asthma. Is it induced by your body or by allergies? I don't know, but it's like you're not in the room for me to ask. I don't know.
Right.
About it. But 26-8, 8 is like an earther. An 8 is someone who is comfortable with the world and things like that. But the Titanic, I'm hooked on the Titanic story because there are ways you can tap into stories without actually being on the Titanic in your Akashic records. So if anybody goes into their Akasha and they think they're on a vision of something in history. It doesn't necessarily mean you were there in history, but you studied in between lives. You studied that lifetime in a person's lifetime in that.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
wow, cosmic joke, she says. 26, 26, 8, you're a great manifester. That's the good part. The bad part is that you're a great manifester, which means you have to have a vision or else you just stir up a bunch of nothing. That's the...
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. True story. My grandfather was a baker on aboard ships that went out of Wales, England, and so forth. And he was due to work on the ship, but he was delayed and went on a different one.
He was supposed to be on the Titanic.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And
I've never met him because he was dead by the 30s. I mean, my mother's family parents were born in like 1870 or something, you know, and but they moved to the United States in 1912 or soon after that. But he would go back and forth on the ships, and I guess eventually he ended up being a janitor at my mother's high school because he couldn't. He had 13 kids, couldn't leave them, and her mother died when she was 5. So yeah, didn't work out too well for him anyway.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. You can have.
No. Yep. All right, Melissa. I will. How can they change your birthday when you're born?
That's interesting, isn't it?
It is. Oh, congenital asthma, Linda says, died many times as a girl and then later as an adult NDE. Wow, Linda. Wow.
There's a story there. What?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Oh, you just been over to Wales? Just got back, Garnet? Hey, Garnet, I haven't been able to watch the news today, but what happened in Liverpool yesterday was horrible.
What happened?
There was some kind of like a soccer celebration, I believe it was, and a lot of fans were in the streets, and somebody in a black van just came and drove right through them.
What is it? It's a thing now.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I don't know much more about it than that, but oh, Titanic Part 2, Paul? Is there a Part 2?
I think she says, were you saying the Titanic 2?
Oh, no. Paul says Titanic Part 2. I didn't.
Oh, Part 2.
Yeah, I didn't know there was one. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I know. Stupid car driver. You're absolutely right. Guy in his 50s. You know, who knows why. But anyway. Well, that's cool to know, Garnet, because that's my grandfather was from Rhyl. I think that's how you say it. RHYL, Rhyl, Wales, I believe. So anyway, yeah. All right. So let's go to the next one that is a numerology reading. We'll get to the other readings, but let's get the numerology ones out. Mm-hmm. So Kim is 11/19/66. And her son is 2/10/90.
Yeah, we've read on this before, the difference.
Oh.
So you do know your life path number. You can always give that, so I don't have to add it up. I don't remember everybody's. They never change.
Hi, Janet. Hi, Delphi.
So, yeah, you are a 7 and your son is a 5. So
it's a different son. It's a different son, she says.
A different son. Oh, I'm glad you said
that. Read on the other son. Okay.
Okay. So the 23/5 is all about not being comfortable with commitment and because they can't find a freedom. They don't feel they can just say at the last minute, I don't want to come. And so they show up and bring everyone down. I'm not saying that's what he does, but that's sort of what happens sometimes. But there's a restlessness about him. It affects your relationship because you, on one hand, would rather not. I mean, you're concerned about things because it's your son or your daughter or a friend you like, or, you know, you get concerned with things and all that stuff. But for the most part, you're happy with not knowing much about anything else. If you're overly curious about something like a person or a situation with people, then you're that's not who you're supposed to be. And he's very handsome and accomplished, but see, that's that commitment thing, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
of course, it's nothing wrong with that, but it's just what it is, the trick. If you have ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for someone and you're dating a 5 life path, this is what you do. You give them room to change their mind. I'd rather not have barbecue. I'd rather have Chinese, that kind of stuff. And you give them room for that if you're comfortable with it. But then you can also, when they're frustrated and they get passive aggressive on you, then you can always suggest something carefree and out of the box. Meaning that if I could counsel anyone at marriage, the person who's not a 5 needs to set away some money in a separate account. So when I hate life, it's too complex and I have too much responsibility, when that comes around, you just go to the movies or take a weekend or do something like that to change up everything. So that's
really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Deb. And
sure.
Let's see. You'd love a June message from your guides. You'll be 65 on the 25th.
6/25.
I'm trying to. So she's 5 years younger than me. So 1960?
I don't know. 6. She wants us to do math.
No, don't look at me.
Yeah,
I had to take 111 5 times.
So she's going to be 65 on the 20.
Yeah.
Minus. I don't know. I'll take the 60. So you're 2911. Also, someone ruled by their emotions. And also, there's one other thing. If you decide that your emotions are your intuition, you're wrong. So I don't say that to every life path number, because emotions you need them to make your decisions, right? To identify things. But for the 11s, if you make decisions inside your emotions saying, oh, I feel so deeply about this, check yourself. Go and call someone who's an 8 or a 4 and say, let me run this past you. Someone safe, and see if they can track your reasoning. So that's one of the things. But you are having a 22-4 personal year, meaning this is a very spiritual year for you to get your ducks in a row and do the work. And it doesn't. When I say do the work, it doesn't mean you have to stay up late at night and do work and stuff like that. But what it is stick with something. Stick with your stuff. Yeah.
So the only advice I can give you is maybe take some Prevagen, because I read somewhere, and I'm not like married to this idea. It's just that I heard that the distance between 60 and 65, your cognition and everything is, pretty good, and then after 65, it gets a little wonky. And I can only say that it happened to me. Because and people can attest to that, because I'll say, oh, what is that thing I'm trying to, blah, 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 blah. I can't figure out. It's just a stupid word. Like if I was trying to say wagon, the thing they had in the West with the horses pulled it.
And the wheels.
Wheels. Yeah. Anyway, I have a really great card here, and it's, it's birth. And that's exactly what, it's a new year. And remember that when we start a new year, we are already in our so when you've already started your 65th year, that after your birthday last year. So you'll be going into your 66th year. I know that's kind of depressing, but it's the truth. But it says here, creation, manifestation, and a new beginning. And I love that, because you do have that 22-4. So that's really good energy. Yeah. And they're saying be generous with yourself. You know, get what you want, do what you want, be who you want. You know, you've earned it. So,
You
our
know, and
brains.
what,
Go ahead.
what'd she say?
Oh, Linda Bishop said that's because our brains get full. Yeah.
You do have a lot on your plate. I wouldn't, you really do. A lot of stuff to keep track of.
Oh, you're already doing that, Kim. Well, it's very interesting because I remember thinking that our parents and even my older brother didn't have to remember all the things we have to remember now. And we also weren't I mean, we had to remember phone numbers and stuff, but we also weren't bombarded by the information age. You know, we didn't have all this stuff coming in. And so, you know, you're trying to work on patience. Well, good. That's great. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. You had
Awesome.
mentioned living a year before you count it, because when Betty White died, she died at 99. No, she died at 100. She lived a year before you count it. So,
Yep. Oh, Garnet, it's happening to you. Only in the best way, Garnet. Yeah, really. And if I owned it and I said, oh, well, you know, this is the way it's going to be, that would be one thing. But I felt it was an interesting thing to read about, but also to sort of say, well, let's see if I can just rise above that challenge, you know? So, what's this, Tetraki? My ghost tube app keeps telling me I have a message and to see a picture. Is that, but we've had some wonky stuff going on, and perhaps that's what it is. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. And this is the same way actually in Japan. We already 1 year old when you're born. Yeah. Yep. That's right. That's right.
Wow.
Kim. Yeah. Hi, Denise Fletcher. Yeah. All right. You just said my mom, and Deborah said Betty, and that was my mom's name. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Happy early birthday. All right. So let's see. I have already did that one. And Charlie wants to know, when is a good time to move? According to 11/28/53. Okay.
Well, that would be more on your personal year, I think.
Yeah.
Can predict it. Oh, this is a great year to move. This year and next. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your opportunity, there's opportunities on the 5th personal year too. So that would be 26, 27. So all of it looks great. You'll be settled. Gosh, that's good, because you're a three personal year, and that means you'll build your foundation on the 4th personal year, which is next year. The next year is the 5 personal year. So you'll have a lot of different shifts and changes with that new place. So that's what I would predict.
Excellent. And look what I get for you, Charlie. I get the magic lamp.
Yes.
By the way, a lot, and I'm not an astrologer, and Deborah isn't either, but we work with them. And this new movement of Saturn into Aries, after being in the other sign for 30 years, I had no idea. But Saturn's a taskmaster. And so it's like we worked all this time. Now it's time for us. And so I'm getting the magic lamp, and I'm getting the angels are on your side. And it says, don't be defensive. Just let it go. Let it flow whenever, because right now you're feeling vulnerable. And I know we talked about this the other day in a reading. Yeah. And it's understandable. Yep. All right.
33 streaming 33 minutes. I love that.
Awesome. That's awesome. So I am going to move to Queen Victor, because I've never done a reading for Queen Victor, and
have I?
Yeah. So let's do this. Yep. And all right. So we got Charlie. All right. And Denise Schultz, I'm going to read what you wrote in a little while, because I wanted to talk about it when we get to it. So I'll do that, because that was really awesome. Good. Hi, Seascape. Seascape retired. Isn't that I'm so happy. Mhm. You're welcome.
All right. Can I just jump in real quick? Because I've
You
got
may go right for it.
the reversed judgment, which means this is a brand new, it's a lot. We're all embarking on new things, but it's just a confirmation. And I've got the Page of Cups coming in. So it's something fresh that you can fall in love with, that you have a passion for, but you haven't done before. And it looks like the old masters, which is the King of Swords, comes in reverse. This might be one of your guides helping you through, because there's sometimes we have guides that stay with us all our lives, but then we have those that come in to help us with certain trajectories. And it looks like it's in, and with the Four of Swords, it's telling me that you, as you're saying, oh, finally, there's something finally on the table I can really get into and feel great about. You will be climbing above this. The reverse tower is a whole lot better than the upright tower.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
We see that you have been through it, through the mill, and you're rising above that. It's on the other side, so it only gets better. Then I have this Independence card as well, the Nine of Pentacles, so everything's good news on my end.
Oh boy, and my end too. Actually, I got the Structure card first, and so structures are starting to break down, and that might even be with the Tower, even though it is reversed, because that's usually moving us into something else. And I get Snake Spirit, which is shedding, transmuting, and integrating. So it looks to me like you've been spending some time taking that structure and shedding off what you don't need anymore in order to move into something very new. And then I get it's going to be very healing for you, or that's why you're doing it. And look at that. I love this. It's like a bottle actually, but the bottle has a spiral, little trinket here. And so it's that spiral, and the spiral is one of the most amazing figures for us. It's a form of sacred geometry, I believe. One of them anyway. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Hi, Cherry. Hi, voice from the swamp.
Yeah. Nice to see you, Swampy.
Swampy.
All right. I forgot. I did want to say this. Denise wrote, a Mary Magdalene author asked a group who thought they had been Joseph of Arimathea. Many people raised their hands. And she said, an archetype is important more than one person carries the memories.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that is where, that's sort of what I touched on earlier. So when you go into the Hall of Records, in between lives, you are able to move into a soul and see and live and feel their decision makings and learn from them and bring it with you. A fragment of that comes with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So I just want to make sure, Melissa, that it's 6/15/1970. Is that correct? Because for some reason it didn't stay with the little star on it for me. Yeah, thank you, Denise. I love that. And that really does make sense, because a lot of people will say, I was Cleopatra. Well, and maybe we were around her or whatever, but we carried that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm hoping that this is correct. I'm not seeing any. She said her birthday is the day after the orange face. And
oh gosh, yeah, that's right, 6/15.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, he's a 4. Thank God you're not. You are 2911. We got a lot of master numbers here today.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Sweet. So let me just see what your personal year is.
Take care, sweetie.
Oh yeah, you're a 3 personal year. So all of that is really, really good, because that's all creativity. Don't hold
Okay.
yourself back either. Don't tell yourself, oh, maybe next year I'll invest in how to paint,
Uh-huh.
how to be an
Uh-huh.
artist, or maybe next year they'll do it this year.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. All right. So let's get back to where we're supposed to be. This is for Stephanie, a general read. Yep.
Okay.
Jackie, I've got you, Polly, and Anya. I'm still got you, girls, and Lois. I'll bring that up in a minute. All right. Yeah. You've always seen time as a spiral. It is, Linda. It's certainly not linear. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, Stephanie. Thank you.
Hey, Stephanie. I got the general reading. The first card out is a wand card telling me about your actions. So I have a feeling if you haven't felt it yet, you will have an impulse to overspend. And it will be because of your obsessive compulsiveness, like me, sister. and you will not be connected to spirit at the time, like me, sister, on Amazon. So this is so forewarned is forearmed. It's just that you're going to have a fleeting moment that you really want to spend and click buy now. And what spirit is saying is just wait 24 hours. If you really can't live without something, live without it for 24 hours, because it does look like Wheel of Fortune's coming in, meaning that that item may very well go on sale or something better will come around. So that's what it's saying for you to now. But it is connected to your actions.
Yeah. I love that. You know, it's funny. I have a wish list like we do for Amazon. And the other day I was looking at something on my wish list and thinking, I should just get that. I'd love to have that. And I thought, no, I don't think so. It isn't, The next day, yesterday, I got it. It was a gift from a subscriber and I was blown away. That's probably why it came to me,
I know. I got the goosies again.
I know. Yeah, and that's where these beautiful cards that I've been, spirit cards, they call.
Oh, they are beautiful.
They're beautiful cards. Yeah, they really are. And so, yeah, shout out to Miss Mims. So anyway, I get tiger spirit for you, Stephanie. I get willpower, instinct, and sensuality. And so I love this. Instinct. I love that. Use that instinct of the tiger to hold off for 24 hours, like Deb said. And you never know what might come in the mail. And the next thing I get is rift. And a rift is something, you can have a rift between people. You can have a rift between these two things. But I don't see that as a negative. I think that, you can take it and work with anything in order to recognize perhaps it's happening because you need to recognize it. So, and the last one I get is discernment. One of my favorite words of all time, really. And I love the harp.
Yeah. What does that have to do with discernment?
I'm wondering if it's we can choose to listen to the music, the beauty of the music. The other thing I think about harps is angelic stuff, don't you? Yeah. Call on your angels, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll always lean you towards the good, for sure.
They will.
They're quiet about it, though. Have them speak up sometimes.
Yeah, have them speak up. Absolutely. But what I love about this is that, we are the ones that decide if something is right for us, not what anybody else says. So that's using your discernment. Yeah. Yes, music can heal your soul. You're right. Maureen, welcome home. Welcome home. You were away in Michigan. All right. Yeah, she says, sometimes I get the better price for what I want. Then you already know this. That's really cool, Stephanie. That's really cool. I love that. Oh, thanks, Charlie. Yeah. She just has to ask more often. That's right. All right. I'm going to pull up a Lois. She's got she's got a birth date here for you.
Yeah. Let me go and get my little calculator.
Harpo Marx. Isn't he the one with the squeaky thing? The tooty horn or whatever? Yeah.
The tootie horn?
Yeah, he never talked. Harpo Marx was a silent Marx brother,
yeah.
but he would toot like a bike horn. You know what I mean? In his hand. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like I am Groot. He never says anything but I am Groot.
Yeah.
But it means so much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lois, guess what? You are a 36-9. You're the memory keeper. It's good as a legacy builder. A legacy builder. So it's hard for you to get rid of things, throw them away. You'll see something and think, remember when you saw the person that gave it to you, the history and memory. So you can be kind of haunted by that. On the flip side, there's no one better to bring people together than you. You're able to. I mean, if you're inclined to, depends on your emotions at the time. You're able to move into that kumbaya community family kind of stuff. But this year might be a little challenging. I don't want to set that in your head that it's challenging. It could be very refreshing as well. But just a 5 personal year, what a 5 personal years are coming in for change. And so you're not for change as much as some other people might be comfortable with that. So understand that life is going to present you with new opportunities to choose differently. This is why this whole year is for you. So if when your first thing comes out of you is going to say, no, I don't want that, but just say, well, let me think about this. See if I really could handle that. That's my best advice.
That's wonderful, Lois. That's wonderful. All right. A nice way of saying a hoarder, she says.
I'm with you, sister.
I actually... Oh, you are too, Stephanie? I've got a whole garage full of stuff that came from my husband's office when we had to close it. And I said to him yesterday, we could probably sell some of this stuff, but we'd have to set it up. We'd have to And I said, you know what? I just like to bring a dumpster in, if that's all right with you. No.
That'll motivate him.
Yeah.
Give him a date for that dumpster. My dumpster is coming next month on the 27th.
The last time I got a dumpster in, he was up there working, and I just got rid of stuff that
would
have gotten rid of.
Someone like you to visit me.
But you watch those shows, and people are very attracted to their stuff, and they don't want to part.
You know why I keep mine? Yeah. I keep mine because I want to be the hero.
Okay.
I want to hear a neighbor wishing and wanting something that I have that I could just give. And I present it like a 5-year-old kid, I have this for you. I'm your hero today. It's so bad.
I love that. I love that. Well, I told him I have so many cards and books that I've either read or I'm never going to read. And can you open an Etsy shop? Still hasn't done it. That was like a month ago. So motivation is, but,
just do marketplace.
Right. Yep. Anya is and Delphi, we will talk about your question when we finish the readings. All right, thank you. Yeah. We remember your cousin Blue Jeans. Yes. Yes, that was when I took. Oh, you want this instead? All right, you want cards or you want? Are we stuck? Oh. What's going on? We're
it's frozen? The same alien. Hey
frozen?
Guys, stop.
All right.
I don't think you're frozen, but
okay. You were.
I was.
Yeah. You never know who's frozen if you're not the frozen one. But I couldn't bring this up. It wouldn't allow me to bring up her direct question. So.
Interesting.
Okay. All right.
I'll just do the numbers.
No, I was telling people that I cleaned out a bunch of stuff and a while, years ago, and I had a pair of jeans that my husband never wore, ever, even when I asked him to. So I gave him to Goodwill.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a day later that he said, I'm freezing. I should wear those jeans that have the flannel in them. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen them. I'll look for them. I ran up to Goodwill and bought them back.
Stop it. That is the best story I've heard all day. I've never heard a story like that. Holy cow.
I couldn't believe they were there. I just couldn't believe it because sometimes they take stuff and they move it to another Goodwill or whatever.
Oh my God.
Look, I found them, honey. I found them. They were like $5. I said, okay. Well, at least
Oh my God. I've never heard anything like. Has anyone else? Oh my God. That's a great story. I'm never going to forget it. Oh, gee.
Oh, God.
Anya, I've got you here at 2911, girl. We've got our emotional spirit warriors.
Yeah.
Master number. Go online, look up what an 11 life path means. And if you can do the 2911, but that goes down a rabbit hole. I enjoy those rabbit holes. You may not, but just 11 life path. What does that mean? And you're getting a whole lot of information. So then what you're going to do, Anya, is say, oh, that's why. That's why. So you'll understand what's going on. Am I still frozen?
No, I was talking to Dreamweaver. Put it back in, honey, please. I'm sorry. For some reason it didn't. I don't have it. So,
she was here at the beginning. Gosh,
she was. Yes, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I remember you were here. Put it up, hon. Thank you. All right. Are we done with Anya? Pretty much.
I was. Yeah, she's remarkable.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. She says 20. Sometimes people, the way they add up the numbers, will say you're a 2, but you're not. You're a 2911. So just
okay. Yeah, don't reduce an 11 to anything, right?
Yeah,
right?
But there's a way of. There's 2 schools of thought on how to add things up, and I do it to where the masters aren't hidden. So you're a master number, 2911.
There you go, girl. Yeah, absolutely. So Dreamweaver, I hope you're putting it back in because I can't get back to where it was, and I know it was right.
I'm looking at where it was, and she just said hello.
General card reading. Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
that's easy.
Yeah, that's easy. Sorry about that. Yeah,
I just love that little doggy of hers.
I know, what a dog.
So you know what I got here? I'm doing a little quick Celtic cross for you, Dreamweaver. It looks, I know you've had some challenges with legal challenges and stuff. I do have the world reversed, meaning you're not quite over it just yet. I do have justice above it. So that is on your side. And I have both the 2 and 3 of wands, which are always good news. So the small steps moving forward, that type of thing. I do have the sun. It came in reverse, makes no difference. The sun upright and reverse means the same. Sun is just happy. The banker in your family, King of Pentacles, is going to meet you. The Queen of Pentacles reversed.
All right.
The woman that goes like that. Yeah,
I love that.
That's you.
All that in a bag of chips.
Yeah, and you're going to defend your position, but you don't have to be like pushy about it. It's just going to be your remarkable you. And then the family card, 10 of Pentacles, legacy, inheritance, upright.
Wow,
all good.
It's awesome. I love that. Yeah. So I have Jaguar Spirit, which is authority, opportunity, and integrity. So you have that on your side. And I love the Jaguar. What beautiful eyes they have. Mm-hmm. And so with this, the next card I get from another deck is that you are a visionary. And look at that crystal ball. We may not think we're visionaries in the sense of the word, but I remember a man who I admired his art, and everything in it was symbolic. And to me, he was like the most visionary person I've ever met. And he was so unaware of that. He's like, really? Oh, I've never thought of myself. Yeah.
What divine gifts are. You won't think, if you have your divine gifts, it comes so easy for you that you think everyone can do it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The last one I get is interdependence. And so you are all part of the collective. You are the bee and the flower. And I love that. Thank you so much, Dreamweaver. All right. So Jackie B is here. Polly, are you still here? Let me know, please, because you're next after Jackie. And then we'll look at Delphi.
Jackie, Okay.
OMG.
OMG! Exclamation point.
Uh-huh.
Sit down, girlfriend. Sit down. So I pull 5 cards for my generals, and I've got the Temperance card, having patience, because the Strength card is reversed, meaning that it's hard to have patience. And then I have, believe me, the Hangman upright, meaning that the reason life is asking you to stop trying to get to the finish line, that there's something you're missing, you have to stop, look outside the box and think, oh, I might be missing something. And they are saying that if you don't pause, take a breath, look at things a little bit differently, then you've got the Chariot reversed, meaning that you've lost control of your horses. Upright, it's hard enough to keep your horses going towards the same horizon. If white and black horse goes this way, you're not going anywhere. Well, right now you'll be going really, really fast and you're going to take a tumble. So, and this is in regards to close relationships. So I think if we just entertain the thought that whatever conclusion you have in your mind may not be the right one to the hill to die on. So
be open-minded.
Be really open-minded.
Yeah. Well, you got Medicine Woman, which is fabulous. It's nurturing, healing, and oh boy, I can't read that. Is it resilience? Oh, why did they make that color? Restoration. Sorry. But look how beautiful she is. And what's really interesting about this card is, she's on the totem and she's gorgeous and she's in the midst of all her glory. And the next card I got is the Phoenix. Ooh. It's like you are going to transcend beyond what it is that you can even believe you can do, because it's going to be really important for you to recognize that. And look at this. The bird is out of the cage. Deliverance is coming to you. So, yeah, that really goes along well with yours. It really does, Deb. Yeah. Cool. All right. So we have one more, Polly, and then we'll talk about your question, Delphi. All right.
Oh. Let me just do one more thing.
Sure.
Oh, you're having a 3 personal year, meaning you've got creativity. And it's not so much, what you'll have is this idea to do something creative, but it will come with the idea and momentum. And if you allow it, the momentum will take you all the way through to success with it. You being a 35-8, however, you have your routines, you have what's practical. God bless you. We need you around to make sure our checkbooks are balanced, but nonetheless, it's time. This is the year to let go and do something like for you, it kind of feels crazy. And that is to just dive into something creative. And it could it doesn't have to be art. It can be planting a vegetable garden instead of a flower garden. It can be just like anything but the muse will hit you and it will inspire you. And as long as you don't thwart it, it will bring you into have some great times with it.
And look at this headdress. It's like they asking you to dream for what you want.
I love that.
Gorgeous. And it says here, rest and allow and attract what it is that you want. And that's exactly. And then the next one I got is unity. And of course, unification is integrating all those really wonderful things and moving forward into what it is that you want to manifest. So that's beautiful. Wow. All right. Thank you, Polly. All right. So do rocks or crystals talk in telepathic language?
If they're sarsties in the rocks and crystals. So I'll show you something. They're called recorders.
Okay. Yep. I think I know what you're talking about. record keeper crystals. I do this. I do this. You take the crystal. She's probably going to do the same thing. And you take your thumbnail and you meditate with it and open up the crystal, the knowledge of the crystal. Is that what you were going to say?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, there's a physical evidence of it. This is a recorder. And what it is that when you look at something, I'm going to try and make it flash. You know, when the face of a crystal, whoops,
yes.
remember the face of the crystal just goes bright white?
Yeah.
Because you can't see the crystal, it's just white.
Correct. Yep.
There are going to be little triangles. You just stare at it and you'll see little triangles, and those are seeds, recorder seeds. And so it'd be, I've only found them on the clear ones, but only because it's just, I've really looked at, they have nice big facets.
Yeah.
But you just
beautiful.
Go with the light until you just, it's bright white. And then inside will tell you if there's no triangles, it just means it wasn't a recorder. It doesn't mean it can't.
Oh, okay. Doesn't mean it.
But
have you ever had a crystal that was white or cloudy, and then after you held it or worked with it, it cleared completely?
I've never had that.
I've seen people have that, and it was amazing. It really was. Yeah.
Those are keepers.
And those are keepers, that's for sure. Wow. Well, thank you for the question, Delphi. That was great. And Deborah, you taught me something new today.
Hey, I'm glad.
Yeah. All right. So folks, I hope you're all having a wonderful rest of your day. And we're moving into that summer energy. So enjoy the rest of your week. And you know, Deb is on with Lalit on Friday. Who else are you on with this week? Yeah.
And then I'm going to, right now I'm writing. And then I have Kaylee on Sunday. So I haven't really put my stuff together the way I should, but I'll be back because yesterday and today are the ones I'm launching my book. So once that's up and going, I'm going to come back. I'll be back.
Everybody, Deb has got this wonderful fiction book she's launching. And I'm sending you all kinds of great energy. Show them. Yes.
When life knocks you off your happy, facing challenges for the first time. And it's for kids facing challenges for the first time and what you can do. But I did each chapter as if it was numerology. So the first chapter is Life Path 1, second chapter for kids, right? But I didn't say this isn't a numerology book. It's just now you and I know. That's it.
Yes. And if you're looking for it, if you're interested in it, her name is D.A. Mintaka.
Oh, that's my full name. Yeah, yes. D.A. Mintaka. Mintaka is my planet of origin.
So. I love it. I love it. Thanks, everybody. You have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you, Deb.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.